Matthew McGrath. Deputy Matthew McGrath, who's representing your group, Deputy Higgins. So if you give me a chance now, thank you.
Count Cola. I'm standing today on behalf of the technical group, and really I want to follow up on the two previous colleagues who questioned the Taoiseach. And Taoiseach, quite frankly, I know by your body language, your heart is not in the replies you're giving here today. I can remember the Emma Gilmore that I sat behind over there for 4 years, and the right indignation that you had with all things that were happening or weren't happening. And we were going to see Labour's way or Frankfurt's way. Is this Labour's way now? To tell deliberate untruths and mischief that 1,000 new jobs are being created. No such thing could be further from the truth. There are no new jobs being created. These are our healthcare professionals who, on a daily basis, literally from the womb to the tomb, we entrust all our families, our lives to these people. They have a vocation. They are highly skilled. And no matter what it is, whether it is the labour wards or the intensive care or emergency wards or indeed palliative care, they look after us with professional and with a dignity. And these are the people that deserve respect from all of us, but above all from the Minister for Health. Not to abuse them like it was quoted in the Business Post of last Sunday, by telling them if they don't like it, they can lump it, and they can do yellow pack jobs or pack shelves in supermarkets. This is an outrageous attack by this government on the caring professions. And I didn't even mention the junior doctors and the plight that they're in, being forced to do slave labour, in spite of an EU directive that we have to honour. But is Labour's way all right? We ignore the EU directive when we want to. But when we pay the bondholders that you said you were going to burn, it's Frankfurt's way. Taoiseach, it's not, I can see it in your face. I can see it in your body language. You're not happy with this answer today. You know it's untrue. You know that we're trying to sell us porkies over here, and you know that we're not going to buy it. And above all, you know that the people out there aren't buying it, and these nurses and their families and their patients, I might add, who have the height of respect for them in most cases, and I talk for South Tipperary and all over the country and in the hospitals. You know better than anybody else that this is playing games. It's manicuring our figures, which you're very good at. And I would ask you, Taoiseach, what value does this government put on young medical professionals and the people therein? Will this government investigate the working conditions of our junior doctors to ensure that they're not forced to work in breach of the EU directive, as I said, and report back to this Parliament as soon as possible? And will the government reverse the disproportionate attack and with the reduction of the pay for these graduates? These are our caring professions.
Thank you, Deputy.
We don't want them immigrating. It'll be worse than the flight of rebels. And as Deputy Martin pointed out, we got a PQ that was even misleading. You won't give us the number who will apply, because who would apply? When we treat people with this disdain, you'll get the result you look for, Taoiseach.
Thank you very much, Deputy. Taoiseach.
The priority for this government is to get people into employment. We have a rate of unemployment which is far too high. The biggest priority, biggest problem that this country is facing right now, and the biggest issue that the government is addressing, is the issue of unemployment. We have people coming out of colleges, universities, finishing school, who cannot get work. That is an enormous problem for the individuals concerned, and it is an enormous problem for their families, and it is an enormous problem for our society. And we have to address it. And address it we are. And we're addressing it at a number of levels, encouraging inward investment for the creation of jobs, and putting in place a range of measures that will provide employment opportunities and employment experience for people who wouldn't otherwise get it. And one of those ways of doing it is the recruitment of 1,000 graduate nurses in our health service. That's what we're doing. It's about putting people into employment. It's nothing else. That's what's intended here. It's over and above the existing. It's over and above the existing complement of people who are employed in the health service. Currently around 35,000 nurses. This brings it to 36,000. It's additional nurses in our health system, and it's employment opportunities for young graduate nurses who wouldn't otherwise get them.
Thank you, Taoiseach. Deputy McGrath, please. Deputy McGrath is well able to speak for himself.
Thanks, John Cola. I am. And I know that the Taoiseach is, and always was as well, but coming from the proud tradition of the Labour Party, which was founded in Clonmel, actually, and I welcomed you there earlier this year or last year to commemorate your 100th anniversary. Taoiseach, I'm simply appalled that you would treat nurses, our caring profession. I listened to your spiel about jobs and your 5-point plan and your promises. Yes, it's vital that we create employment, but above all, if we can't care for our young and our elderly and our vulnerable, and if we can't have the respect for our healthcare professionals that they deserve, and to treat them with some modicum of respect and indeed fair play, and we are just displacing agency nurses. We are going to, as I said, less than 30 people have applied for this. People will vote with their feet. They have no faith. If they don't get respect, if they have the Minister for Health, Minister Riley, telling them to go eat cake, or else go pack shelves in the supermarket, that is not the way to treat a Taoiseach. I know you know that. I know that former Minister Shortall knows that, and that's why she's not in the department anymore. This is a con, and somebody called it a scam, but I would call it a sham, and that's what it is at Taoiseach, and I ask you to revisit it for the sake of all the people working in our healthcare professions and our hospitals, and in the community as well. People are under pressure, and they need honest answers, not just a spin and manicuring our figures about creation of jobs, which we're getting in all departments, Taoiseach, but above all, this is the most caring profession.
Thank you, Deputy.
They have vocations, and we need to respect them.
Thank you, Deputy. Taoiseach.
Of course.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't want to interfere in the politics of the technical group, but that's my spokesman for today. Thank you. Thank you, spokesman.
Of course. Of course we respect, and I respect, and the government respects the people who work in our health services. They do a fabulous job, and they're doing a fabulous job in very difficult circumstances. There's increasing demand on our health services, and they have to do the work that they do with less resources, and in many cases with less people. What this proposal is about jobs. That is our top priority. It's about getting people into employment and to getting employment experience. 35,000 nurses in the system at the moment. This brings it to 36,000. These are additional posts for graduate nurses. And you know, at a time when there is so much unemployment, when there are so many young graduates who can't get work at all, I think that members of this House should be welcoming the creation of jobs rather than coming in here and complaining about it.
Thank you, That completes leaders' questions.